Are you here of your own free will? Has someone coerced you into being here?
Do you count Harvey Weinstein as a coercer?
Well, I'm kind of fed up with Harvey's behavior. And
On May 28, 2018, Harvey Weinstein was arrested on charges of sexual assault of varying degrees. According to CNN, this arrest occurred 7 months after women came forward with alleged instances of sexual abuse. Despite media portrayal, allegations of Weinstein's misconduct stretch back decades, becoming one of Hollywood's worst-kept secrets. Surely, such an open secret should have been addressed much sooner, and yet the best most could do was to crack jokes.
You 5 ladies no longer have to pretend to be attracted to Harvey Weinstein.
The reasons behind this treatment of the Weinstein scandal do not begin with him, nor do they end there. In a male-dominated industry, it is difficult for female-identifying individuals to get into the film industry, let alone challenge the very people who have the power to make or break their career. When someone is hired for a job, there is usually some iteration of a no-tolerance policy for sexual harassment that must be reviewed and/or signed before employment can begin.
In some ways, I'm still pinned under a passed-out Harvey Weinstein, and it's Thanksgiving.
There are laws against discrimination based on gender, race, and other protected classes as well. And if policies are violated, there is usually a human resources representative to speak with or phone number to call to make a report.
Drink.
However, in the film industry, there is no such place to file complaints, nor is there a practical access to human resource practitioners. Careers in the film industry, whether it is in the technical area or the creative area, tend to be unstable even without the barrier of gender bias. Without proper channels to report gender-based discrimination, apathy and acceptance take hold. A 2015 essay written by Jones and Pringle states, "Once film industry workers have accepted the often very difficult conditions of film industry work, acceptance or ignorance of gender inequalities is written into the psychological contract." Establishment of a better system of reporting gender discrimination, protection from retaliation, and a clear-cut policy against sexual harassment would be an enormous step towards fighting sexism in the industry. While easing the reporting process and making it easier to address sexism in the industry is important, it is not the only solution to the industry-wide issue. Opportunity is also crucial. This lack of gender diversity is present in all aspects of filmmaking, and when there is a lack of diversity, there is a disparity in recognition as well. For instance, there have only been 5 female directors nominated for an Oscar. The nominees are Lina Wertmüller, Jane Campion, Sofia Coppola, Catherine Bigelow, and Greta Gerwig. Of these 5, only one of them has won. In 2018, the first woman to be nominated for Best Cinematography won the Oscar in that category. Opportunity, however, means little if it is not accompanied by equity and equality in pay. Studies have found that movies with higher budgets generate larger grosses, regardless of the gender of the protagonist. Statistically, however, fewer women are hired as the budget for a film increases. Actress Jessica Chastain revealed that her agents only submitted male writers' names to producers, as they make more money than women and agents get a cut of the profits. The essential fact is that women in film will not have the same recognition or opportunities as men in the industry until they also have equity in pay. Money has power, and, at the end of the day, the film industry's main goal is profit. Melissa Silverstein, founder of Women in Hollywood, states, "We have to vote with our dollars. Our dollars are the power that we have." Whether the reason for not purchasing tickets or giving money is due to sexist work practices or themes in film, money makes a difference, and the industry takes note. If consumers of film pay for and support the change they want to see, the way the film industry works will begin to shift as well if it wants to meet demand. Roles are written for women, especially women of color, at a much lower percentage than roles written for men. For the top 100 highest-grossing films of 2019, females accounted for 37% of major characters and comprised only 34% of all speaking characters. Of these roles for female-identifying people, 68% of them were played by white actresses, 20% were Black, 5% Latina, 7% Asian, and 1% by actresses of other backgrounds. In this context, race and gender are not separate issues, and along with LGBTQ+ representation, intersect to form a great lack of representations for many female-identifying and non-binary individuals. Research shows that films with a more diverse cast receive the highest median return on investment. It can be inferred that should the film industry increase its diversity in both the creative and technical arenas, it stands to increase profit as well. It may seem odd to focus on a more fiscal approach to sexism, but systemic sexism has affected multiple industries and people. The past few years have shown growth in the conversation towards equality, towards ending gender violence and sexual assault, but such a colossal industry runs on money and relies on it to survive. Improvements for women in film have been increasing, but slowly. What is needed now is a collective push by consumers and creators alike to speed up the process.
You see, if I was a guy and I was sitting here with a cigarette in my hand, grabbing my crotch and talking about how I make music because I love fast cars and girls, you'd call me a rock star. But when I do it in my music and in my videos, because I'm a female, because I make pop music, you are judgmental, and you say that it is distracting. I'm just a rock star.